Hi, this is Ed Wanambwa, and I'd like to welcome you to the Day in the Flow podcast here on my YouTube channel, Day in the Flow. You can also be seen on Ed Travels. I'd like to thank everyone that's tuning in to this podcast. This has been quite a long time coming. I started doing Day in the Flow videos back in March of this year when I was on lockdown in the Philippines due to this global crisis that we're dealing with. And I just like for everyone, just ask that if you get something out of this video or if something benefits you, if you feel like you can share it, please don't hesitate to click the subscribe button and the bell icon so you can be notified of new videos that are coming along. My goal behind these videos is to be relevant, to be real, and to reach people on a real level as to what the philosophy behind Day in the Flow is, and to share, some of my experiences and some of the insight that I might have, and please always feel free to comment down below in the comment section about good, bad, happy, or sad, whatever you kind of get from the video. And this is the first episode in a series of podcasts and Day in the Flow, and this one is entitled Broken. And I'm very familiar with this word because for years and years I was broken. And I think for many people out there, we've all been broken. At some point in our lives, we've had a circumstance, something that's happened in our lives, an event, a detail that has caused us to sort of lose track of reality or sink into depression or anxiety, or, as for me personally, I'm a disabled combat veteran with post-traumatic stress disorder. I suffer from depression and anxiety disorder. I've been hospitalized for it numerous times. I've also had 2 suicide attempts. And I'm not saying that like a badge of honor. I'm just letting you know that this is coming from a place of the heart. That this isn't just lip service. That this is truly, truly coming from a place of the heart and trying to share experience, strength, and hope with those who watch these videos. Because Day in the Flow is based on the Chinese philosopher Lao Tzu and the philosophy of living your life by going with the flow of the universe, going along with nature, and the way that nature goes, just let things naturally flow. If you have a small stream that's flowing over a mountain, eventually that stream one day is going to turn into a little brook, then a little stronger stream, and then eventually a river, and maybe one day a waterfall. That over time, if you go with the flow and you don't fight against it, the illusion of control, that great things can happen in your life. And if I look down every now and then, please forgive me, because there are just some very key notes that I wrote down about this particular subject that I don't want to miss. So to get right into it, broken. None of us are perfect. I think perfection is an illusion. Perfection is something that we all strive for. I'm a big golfer, so in the game of golf, I guess the closest thing you can get to perfection is a hole-in-one. Or if you play a round of golf, you can shoot a 59, which is one of the staples. Or if you're a bowler, it's a 300, which shows that you did everything absolutely perfect that particular day. Everything was on point and you did it. But unfortunately, that's not the way that life goes. We make mistakes. We're human. We fall short. And some of us at some points in our lives find ourselves broken into hundreds of pieces, thousands of pieces, emotionally, financially, spiritually. We find ourselves broken. That we just can't quite get a grasp on where I'm gonna go from here. For me, it was alcohol, drugs, a self-destructive lifestyle, low self-esteem. Even though I put on a great face, I was a great actor, I didn't love myself. I didn't think I had any friends in this world because I wasn't being a friend to myself. So, being broken it happens. I speak to friends of mine and people that subscribe to this channel and who email me and contact me via Facebook and Instagram, who contact me all the time about, hey, I'm kind of dealing with this issue and that issue. And no, I'm not a clinical psychologist by any means. I'm not a trained therapist. I'm just a human being that's broken, that's been broken and is slowly piecing my life together. And I just want to share some of those things with you. There's this Japanese pottery art called kintsugi. And kintsugi in Japanese, and please excuse me if I don't pronounce that absolutely correctly, but kintsugi is also translated as the golden journey. And I love that. I love that definition, the golden journey, because we're all on a journey. In the books of Alcoholics Anonymous, it says, we're trudging the road to happy destiny. We're all on a journey. And sometimes I wonder, do you make the journey or does the journey make you? And basically, kintsugi is taking broken pottery and using gold binding to piece it back together. And the meaning behind kintsugi is it embraces the flaws and imperfections to create an even stronger piece of art. And I think that is so poetic and so beautiful. Piecing together a broken vessel, a broken piece of pottery, to create something even more beautiful and even stronger. And that's what being broken in the end can mean for you and I. At least that's what it's meant for me. I remember hearing a sermon one time that said, we're all broken vessels, and what better vessel to carry a message of experience, strength, and hope than a vessel that has been broken and then pieced back together. And in kintsugi, it's turned into a beautiful piece of art, which embraces flaws. And I love that because I'm flawed, you're flawed, we're all flawed. And our flaws make us beautiful. Our flaws make us who we are. If everything flows great in life, then what do we really learn? Where do you build character? Except through failure, through struggle, through challenges, through obstacles. I was in the depths of depression. I tried to drown it out with drugs, with alcohol, with sex, living a totally out of control lifestyle, living for the moment. Not so much, totally different from the terms of Buddhism. Like I live here in Cambodia now, where living for the moment is more of the past is gone. I can't control the future. Therefore, I live in the moment. The impertinence of the moment, knowing that nothing in life is permanent. Back then, I was living more a life of, I don't care. If I die, I die. If I live, I live. Going on benders for days at a time, saying to myself, why did I do that again? And saying that, Lord, if you get me out of this, I'll never do it again, and I sure will do it again. I will repeat that process over and over and over and over again. And that will be, followed with self-loathing and self-pity. A great man in my life, Robert Armstrong, bless his soul, said something to me one day. He said, Ed, you know what? You're an architect of your own misery. You like to wallow in your own stuff because it's warm and it's comfortable, but it sucks and it stinks. And that's true. Being broken is something that happens in our lives. I looked up the word circumstance, and the word circumstance in Webster's dictionary says, an event, a detail, or the current state of one's affairs. We're all victims of circumstance in one way or another. A prime example is what we're going through worldwide right now. Most of the things that we're dealing with in life right now, on a global basis, financially, politically, is beyond our control. We're all victims of circumstance. We have to learn to live with it. We have to learn to find a way to cope and deal and get over it. And not get over it in the terms that you're going to ever conquer it, because every day I struggle. I have good days, I have bad days. And I've created an emotional tool chest, which is a combination of tools, books, philosophies, quotes, songs, people, a network of support. I still see a therapist on a weekly basis, and she helps me navigate through some of those darker, questionable, parts of my life, and that's okay. Because when I came back, from being deployed, I felt lost. I suffered in silence. I felt ashamed. I felt weak. I felt like if I reached out for help, I was going to be judged and scorned and stigmatized. Until I walked into my primary care physician's office one day, and there was a poster up there that said, "Real warriors ask for help." And we're all warriors. Everybody has a warrior inside them. And we have to be able to gain the recognition that, hey, I'm in trouble and I need help. And below down in the description, I'm going to put some important contact numbers, both internationally and domestically, that if you need to talk to someone, you'll be able to contact them. Because I needed to. It wasn't until I reached out, until I hit my rock bottom, that I had some people that came through in my life that helped give me little nuggets of wisdom that have started to help me along this golden journey that I'm on now. And I'm still working. I'm still struggling. And I want to let you know this. It's wonderful when you share experience, strength, and hope with another person that's broken as well. Sometimes you just need to sit there. Sometimes you need to just listen, and listen even more. Sometimes you can share experiences. Sometimes it's holding someone's hand. Sometimes it's giving someone a hug. And sometimes it's telling someone it's okay. You're not alone. I used to suffer from this thing called terminal uniqueness, where I thought it was only me in this entire world that was dealing with this. And that is not the truth. You're not the only one. You're not the only one. And it's okay. It's okay to be afraid. It's okay to be scared. It's okay to be angry. It's okay to be uncertain. It's okay not to know what tomorrow's going to bring. If you want to know whether the universe is in control of this, make some plans and see what happens. Control is but an illusion. But what you do have control over is your ability to pick yourself up. Kitsugi, the golden journey. To become that vessel, that beautiful, stronger vessel that can carry the words of experience, strength, and hope onto other people and let them know, look where I've come from. Look where I'm still going. This is possible for you as well. I want to reiterate, it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to be troubled. That's fine. I'm dealing with that. I'm going to put my Instagram information, my Facebook information on here. Please leave some comments. Give me some feedback. As these podcasts get longer, they're going to get a little bit longer. We're going to have different content. I'm going to bring different content, different guests. But I just wanted to start out by giving you a groundwork of letting you know where I'm coming from. That I struggle with my demons, my struggles, my challenges. But if you change the way that you look at things, the things that you look at will change. Your outlook, your perception, your view is so important. And it's important to keep it positive. And I just want to let you know that this is Ed Wanambwa with Day in the Flow podcast. And as I always say, I love you, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Namaste.